minors in sexual positions on legally. There's no such thing as holding it for evidence. And by the way,
yeah, the police have this room where they hold on to things that are illegal but might be evidence of, you know, for a court case. You know, you give it to them and they hold on to it. They have a special room for this stuff. Well, what was it called? Oh, right, an evidence room. It's where they put things related to crimes. But they'll retreat back to politics because they'll be like, well, he's good for the left. We need him. So this isn't. So what? Politics becomes a way to excuse extremely bad behavior because, well, he's our best defense against this thing, so we need him. He's our best defense against the sun. He's our best defense against the right-wingers. He's our best defense against whatever. He's too big to fail. No, you're never too big to fail when child porn is involved. Ethan's retraction / double down. This one I haven't seen. It just says, I'm doubling down on Destiny. He did it. So I heard that he was told that the girl was 26. Maybe he doesn't believe that and he's just doubling down. I don't know. I hadn't seen this one yet. I saw the last one, or about half of it. I saw enough to know that part was wrong. I've heard about this one, but I haven't seen it. So we're going to watch this one now.
welcome back.
We're going to watch him double down. I kind of want a KFC double down now. Am I the only one who liked that sandwich? It's goated.
Guys, to another video VOD on demand. Today I'm going to be addressing once again the allegations leveled against Destiny. Since we put out our last video, there's been a lot of chatter about things that we may have got wrong. So I'd like to clarify what I got wrong and also to clarify what I got right. So I do want to start though by setting the expectations and just kind of giving some context to who this guy Destiny is. I think a lot of people haven't seen this. And I feel this context is important when understanding this story. So if you'll indulge me here, I'm going to pull up some clips from this Ryan Beard video on him that was recently made.
Oh, we watched that one a while back. I mean, recently, but it was like a month ago. It was before this current drama. But the stuff he's referencing does add some context to this current drama. I can see why Ethan would bring this video up. There's some pretty damning stuff in it, but at the time it was all just, he could play it off as jokes and shit, and that was the defense, is Ryan's just overreacting to jokes. He took the bait and blah, blah, blah. Now it seems a little less like bait.
And I think these clips are more relevant now than ever before. So let's take a look at them. Section here of harming women. I'm going to show you guys a few.
Around the end of 2011, Destiny sexually assaulted.
Yeah, he made this around shortly after the Pixie stuff, or after the Pixie stuff. It was all like the video was made in response to like the Pixie stuff.
A woman on his live stream. I'm not using the word allegedly here because we have video of him doing it and he has openly admitted that it was sexual assault.
I would say that in my streaming career in the past, like totally publicly, like I completely and totally like assaulted a girl on stream before for like fucking 5 minutes or whatever. I got super fucking drunk and was like grabbing her fucking breast the entire time.
Later, Destiny has attempted to downplay his actions here by tweeting, "I was drunk off my ass literally for the first time in my life."
He's doing the Johnny Somali defense. Your Honor, he was drunk. He didn't know what he was doing. It shouldn't count.
And he said that at the time, he didn't understand how bad it was, but now, looking back years later, he understands that it was reprehensible behavior.
It's like that one guy, Mango, who got like totally canceled for did, but way worse. Mango wasn't actually groping people. And also I like this there's this pretense that like, as long as you're radically honest about what you did, it's okay. It's like,
it's called based.
Did you just say you were groping a woman on stream for 5 minutes?
Yes, he did. And yes, there's video of it. And he will show it. Probably.
But anyway, that's far from the worst thing I'm about to show you. Here's the next one where he admits to sharing photos of a 15-year-old who sent him bikini shots with his homies and how he couldn't resist barely resist the urge of
In
wanting to have
2012,
sex
when
with
Destiny
her.
was 23, he shared in a group chat with a couple of his friends the messages, "You want to see the sickest shit in the world? So many fangirls. I had one that was 15. She wanted to meet and hook up. Dude."
No, he's saying it's sick as in he doesn't like it. Yeah, I like that. Sorry, I'm trying to give the cope for what his fans are going to say is. No. He's showing them to show them how crazy it is and how much he didn't like it.
Dude, she's 15, what the fuck? But she sent me pictures that made it so hard to say no. Then
He was joking. Yeah, that's always the go-to. He's a rage baiter. You guys took the bait.
Destiny linked
Who's he rage baiting? His friends in a private chat? Yeah, okay, buddy.
a picture of this girl in a bikini in the chat and said, "Girl on the left, so hard to say no. Gonna get arrested one of these MLGs, man." So in these logs, when Destiny was 23, he said that it was really hard to turn down hooking up with this 15-year-old because she looked so good in this picture of her in a bikini. He then shared this lewd image of a child with his friends and said that he's gonna get arrested someday.
Imagine receiving a bikini pic from a 15-year-old in your DMs, a fan of yours, and being like, she's so fucking hot, I need to share this with the boys.
Chat log. I was
Sorry, I didn't realize that alarm was going off. Well, wife's alarm's going off. Let me go make sure she gets up. Be right back. Oh, and I come back to getting my ass whooped, apparently. Okay. Let's eat some coconuts. All right, there we go. All right, anyway, back to this.
talking with a bunch of other esports guys, and we were basically talking about how crazy the fucking jailbait is in the gaming communities. It's ridiculous. I think I said something along the lines of like, there are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck that will like try to send you pictures to like fuck you at events and shit, and it's like you have to be really careful when you navigate that.
So what is the admitting to jerking off to 15-year-olds then? What is that in relation to?
I never admitted to jerking off. I think I just said like this. I think the log is something like this 15-year-old chick was trying to send me, or was sending me pictures of herself, and she was hot as fuck. It's like really hard to like turn down some of these people. I think.
Wait,
I said
how
something,
old was she?
She said she was 15.
So you did get pictures from a 15-year-old?
Not nudes though. Sorry, I should specify. I think a couple pics of her like at the beach or some shit. But
In swimwear?
Yeah.
So you're getting swimwear pics from 15-year-olds?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. This shit is fucking crazy. Shit is fuck.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, see, he's talking about how crazy and fucked up it is. He wasn't into it. Yeah, sorry. Playing the devil's advocate. I keep doing the Destiny cope that you guys are gonna encounter if you try to talk about this on social media or argue it.
sorry, guys. Anyone who's defending this man needs to know that, okay? But again, that's not it. That's not all, folks. Here's another one. When he was 26.
A couple years later in 2015, when Destiny was 26, he shared in his chat, "I would fuck the shit out of that 15-year-old. What the fuck? There's no way that chick is 15. So now we've seen two separate occasions.
Guys, this is not normal. You just don't type that kind of stuff. Unless you're like Jared Fogle in a chat with his homies, you know?
Yeah, if they're jokes and you're and it's crazy stuff that you don't want happening, how does it keep happening? Like once I'll buy, oh shit, you know, you've never encountered that before, and then out of nowhere, a girl sends you something like I'll believe that happened once, maybe even twice. This just keeps happening. Like at some point you go, okay, I got to stop this from happening before I get in trouble, and then you know, start changing up. Maybe you lock down your DMs, or you change how you interact with people. Like you do something to try to prevent this. Doesn't sound like he ever does that.
You know, like he's speaking openly with the dogs who are like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You would never say, this is not normal. And like he keeps getting older and older, but the girls stay the same age.
Giggity goo. All right.
But again, that's not all, folks.
Pedophile. But the colloquial definition of pedophile is someone who is attracted to children, and Destiny is at least somewhat attracted to children.
There are some 15, 16-year-old chicks that like look pretty fucking hot. Like I can't help that. Like some people mature fucking older.
Destiny defended another streamer who got exposed for having sex with a 14-year-old by saying, even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not what pedophile means. Go look it up. Seriously, if you
Oh my God, this autistic line of argumentation. I have seen this on Twitter. He is absolutely right. This is every single one of them. This is what they do. He's about to play it out. We watched this during that video. We'll watch it again. He is about to play it out perfectly. The autistic level of argumentation that they do, none of which makes any of it okay. But good Lord, is this is next level brain rot, guys.
You don't understand the difference between being attracted to someone that happens to be young and being attracted to someone because they are young. You have absolutely no business whatsoever commenting on the issue, period. It makes you look
Haha, I have discredited you, so now I win the argument. The problem isn't me, the problem isn't Destiny, it's you, and that you don't understand. Oh, Jesus Christ.
uneducated.
He's like, it is so outrageous, sir, that you would call someone sleeping with a 14-year-old pedophilia. How dare you, sir? Even if you want to play this game where it's like, actually, I want to fuck 16 and 17-year-olds. There's 14 is pushing it. 14. What are we talking about? This man was like, yeah, you can fuck a 14-year-old. That's not the same thing. Guys, are we all hearing the same thing?
In fact, I'm going to Google it. Because I know what they're saying. And I think the way to win this argument, I should have done it at the time. We're going to Google it real quick. So they're saying the difference between, oh my God, my Google. In fact, let's just open incognito window for this. Might not want that in my algorithm real quick. Okay. All right. Here's no, I do yeah, stay signed out, Google. I do not want to sign in and put my name on this shit. Okay. All right. Difference between pedophilia and what's the term he's about to use? Hemophilia or something like that? There's a specific one of when they're not, like once they've reached the age of puberty but they're still minors. That's a different thing. That's the argument.
This dude has made it like his personal crusade to normalize fucking children. Like, how many times are you going to go on the record protecting it? He goes, 17 is cool. 15 is cool. 14 is not pedophilia, guys. Is 13 pedophilia? Is 12? Where does it stop? I'd like to.
I mean, there's a cutoff. There are age ranges. So it's like pedophilia up to a certain point. Then it's this other one. And if they're like infants, like babies, that's also a different thing. But what I'm Googling and what I'm curious is, are those all different legal charges in the eyes of the law? Or when you mess with a minor, is pedophile just like the catch-all term that they use for the charge always? And then there's different levels of pedophilia, but it's all pedophilia. You know, like, is there a legal distinction for each of these things? Or is this just one of those, oh, I won the argument because technically it's different? If the law doesn't care if it's different, then it's not different. Then it's like this little technicality, like autistic line of argumentation doesn't matter then. And that's what I'm trying to find out.
To know his opinion on that. You know, it's a lot of people, kids start hitting puberty at 12. Some girls start hitting puberty earlier than that. Is 10? Some girls hit puberty by 10. Is that not pedophilia? Stephen Bennell II. By the way, the second is just junior, okay? You don't get to play the Royal Guard game with just being the second. In fact, that's just junior, which ironically is what you call all the girls you date. Come on over here, Junior. Come sit in Daddy's lap.
I saw that joke coming. I heard him setting it up, and I was like, I know where he's going with this. I mean, it's still funny, but you're becoming a little predictable, Ethan.
Yeah, but guess what, guys?
It's low-hanging fruit, though. It's an easy joke to make.
There's more.
Incident is when him and his friends, the Bro Squad, watched an 8-year-old boy shake his penis for them on a live stream.
All right, so he skipped over the whole line of argumentation thing, which sucks because Ryan Beard did a really good job of going through that entire line of argumentation. Let's just hebephilia. It's hebephilia. With a B. Okay. So hebephilia is when they're above the age of puberty. It doesn't give like a number, which makes me think it's not a legal term. All right, now let's do hebephilia. How do you spell that? E. Hebephilia crime. Let's try. What is criminal charge for hebephilia? There we go, right from a government website. Sex offenses against children. Or are they separate? Oh, goddamn, it's a PDF. All right, let's search this document. It's a 47-page document for the term hebephilia. Hebephilia is not even in this. How about pedo? There we go, pedophilia. Pedophilia is in it. Hebephilia is not. Okay. Yeah, it looks like they're the same charge. They're the same charge. They just fall under child sexual assault. Oh, and if it's child pornography, that also includes pretty much anyone under the age of 18 is just considered pedophilia. So legally speaking, there is no difference between pedophilia and hebephilia. So this entire line of argumentation that he skipped over that Ryan Beard does, but you should watch the Ryan Beard video if you haven't already. I'm not going to watch it again here, but he goes through that line of argumentation, and it pretty much perfectly mimics everything that every argument that these guys use. And it goes right down the list, and they go to the hebephilia thing. So if you want to win that argument against them, legally speaking, there is no difference, criminally speaking, between hebephilia and pedophilia. They all fall under the same umbrella. So if the law doesn't see the distinction, doesn't recognize there being a distinction between the two and have different like punishments for them, you shouldn't either. They're both illegal, and they both carry the same punishment, so they're both the same crime. It doesn't fucking matter. It literally doesn't fucking matter.
I shouldn't tell this because I'm gonna get fucking arrested. Or child protective services.
By the way, how many times has he said that? Once is enough? Has he said this like 3 times? He's like, I shouldn't tell you guys this because I'm gonna get arrested for child porn. 3? How many times are we gonna tell that joke?
I used to be part of this horrible thing called the Bro Squad, okay? Fucking me, if you remember that fucking Cheeks bitch, and fucking a couple other people that have never been on my stream before, were part of the Bro Squad, and what we would do is we would go around Justin TV streams, trolling the shit out of these people. And we went around from fucking channel to channel, like fucking around. Like it was just horrible shit. We went to this channel with this fucking like, this kid was like 8 years old, and he was fucking broing out with everybody in this chat. And for whatever fucking reason, this kid decides to fucking take his pants off and fucking wiggle his 8-year-old dick on stream.
Again, this is very similar to the situation that we're in. He didn't ask for this. It was thrust upon him to have this 8-year-old's penis on screen. He didn't ask for it, it just happened. All right? He didn't know that he didn't ask for a sex tape from Rose when she was a minor. He didn't know that was what he was going to get, but that's what he got. It's when you found out, it's what you did after you found out that that's what happened, that's telling. So he didn't ask this 8-year-old to fucking start wagging his dick around on screen. But after it happened, it's what he did after that you should be paying attention to, and that's questionable.
can't even believe it. Oh my fucking god. It was like, I didn't even know, like, we were on Skype, we were like, holy shit. Like, we had to do like a double take because we didn't even fucking know, like, what the fuck was on. Like, we were looking at like an 8-year-old dick, like, on the fucking screen. And his fucking brother, we called him Captain Push-Ups, would like come in the room. And this guy was like fucking 14 years old. He had his shirt off and he was like this, like watching this stream the entire time and shit. Oh my god.
What's interesting is he makes it seem like this kid just happened to take his dick out, but they clearly spent a lot of time there because they like had a nickname for the brother who was there watching the whole time. Like this was a intimate setting in which there was a lot of time spent. Here's another one, guys, in case you haven't seen enough. This one comes to you courtesy of the Pope, Nicholas Diorio, or whatever it is they do.
God bless.
God bless. Nicholas bless.
Years old, that's an adult. That's an adult dog. No. No. You, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's
Okay, that's the worst. That's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part where it's like that was one of the clips I was talking about and I was looking for. So it is in here where he's like, no difference, 19, 15, they might as well be the same to me. Now you can take that one of two ways, that both are too young, so he doesn't see a difference in them. He's going to treat a 19-year-old like it's a 15-year-old that's too young for him. Or the other way you can take it, which is apparently the way he takes it because he doesn't seem to have a problem with keeping child porn on his computer, is that, hey, 15, 19, it's no difference to me. I'm attracted to both. That 15-year-old might as well be 19, close enough. So it could be taken one of two ways, one of which bad, one of which good. And the fact that he's keeping the child porn on his computer makes me lean toward bad.
That's the worst clip. That's the worst clip.
okay. I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the fucking same, dude. Don't give me this fucking
That's such an interesting
This
self-report.
is exactly what we're saying.
Because it's all the same, bro. 15, 13, 14, 15. It's all the same, bro. I'm 29. Huh? But also, on the other hand, it also is a self-report because it suggests he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit.
Just because of some legal age of consent bullshit?
Yeah, so he's definitely leaning towards it's fine to have sex with a 15-year-old. She's the same as a 19-year-old. Close enough.
Huh? That's the age of consent. I think we all agree that's a good thing. Everyone but Destiny thinks that's good.
By the way, if I'm not mistaken, I believe age of consent isn't for sex. I think we looked this up during the Dr. Disrespect thing when they were all pulling the age of consent card. I think age of consent is like when you're old enough to consent to marriage specifically, like Romeo and Juliet laws. Like you're old enough to like get legally married if you consent and like you don't need your parents' blessing or whatever. Like I think it has to do with marriage. I don't think it has to do with like I don't think it's a loophole for a fucking 36-year-old to have sex with a fucking 16-year-old. Like I don't think that's what that's for.
We should have a minimum age so that adults can't have sex with children. That is bullshit. That is just an imagined line in the sand that I will not conform to. Okay? He's constantly blurring the line and trying to normalize the act of adults sleeping with minors, right? Continually. This is the theme that we keep seeing. It's like, this is okay. This isn't that bad. This 15-year-old's hot. I want to fuck this 15-year-old, but I won't, et cetera, et cetera. This is a pattern. Long pattern.
I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fucking freshman in school as I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination towards...
He's like freshman in college, sophomore in high school. It's all good, baby. Send me those bikini pics in the DMs.
Those people is really fucking weird, okay? Now, I know if you're 20 years old, it might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? And
then there's one more clip I want to show you guys of when we were talking about Vosh and the lolly horror.
So they're going to screen that he just got clip chimped out of context, but I think we got enough of the context there. He's saying that they're both the same. He's admitting that he has nothing in common with them because they're both too young, but he doesn't care. Oh, God damn it. I hate these so much.
Horse controversy. And he accidentally opened a folder and he had lolly and horse porn on his computer. And everybody was clowning on him. except one person. There was one person that came to his defense. Who was it? Destiny. Why? Well, this take was so bizarre. I remember at the time being absolutely struck by it, and I pulled this straight from my memory because it was just so shocking to me. But here's his take on a lolicon, which is the pornographic hentai drawings involving children.
Did you see the lolly discussion on Reddit? You know, if Vosh was a better person and not such a piece of shit, I'd be in the trenches. Because you know what? Who the fuck cares about lolly? Who cares about drawn? Imagine your life is so boring that you give a fuck about animated cartoon girls.
Imagine.
Look, I kind of get where he's coming from, because I feel the same way about hentai in general. Not specifically lolicon, but just hentai in general. Like, I don't understand the people who have waifus. I don't understand the people who think anime girls are hot. I'm not attracted to anime girls. I'm not jerking off to cartoons. Even if they look like full-grown adults, like it's still just a cartoon. Like, my brain doesn't go, she's hot. My brain goes, it's a cool picture. Like, I can admit that I'd rather have the hot anime chick than like an ugly one. I get liking the art style, and I get that anime girls can, I get it, but I don't get jerking off to it. Like, I get liking it as an art style, because I like the hot chicks in video games, but they're still cartoons. Like, I'm not jerking off to them. Like, that's the part I don't get. I don't get the specifically used for porn stuff. Like, I get putting a hot chick, whether she be an anime chick or a 3D model chick, if like Stellar Blade. Like, I get it. Sex sells, and I'd rather look at that for 8 hours than like some burly dude if I'm playing a video game. But I don't get the people who jerk off to cartoons. I don't get it. That being said, lolicon, the reason you should care about it is because they are specifically drawn to look like children. I don't care if they're 500-year-old demons or what the fuck, or vampires or whatever the fuck the excuse they use to make them technically adults. They're drawn to look like children on purpose. It'd be like jerking off to Hello fucking Kitty. Okay? They're meant to look like kids. They're meant to look young. And if someone is attracted to lolicon because they look young, then the reason that's a red flag is that's one step away. Like, how long are the cartoons? Yeah, like, who gives a fuck about cartoons? Well, how long are they going to jerk off to the cartoon before the cartoon doesn't do it for them anymore, and now they need the real thing? See, this is why it's a red flag.
Your life's so boring that you care about sexualizing children. Imagine being so bored in your life that you actually care if grown-ups want to fuck minors. Bro,
I mean, you could use that same argument for anything. To the who cares? It's not a child. It's a drawing. It's a picture. Okay, well then you can go, hey, this isn't a child. It's a picture. The child's not physically in the room with me. I'm just looking at a picture. I'm not actually going to touch the child. I just want to stare at pictures of the child. Like, you could apply this same stuff to just pictures. Like, a cartoon of a child is still a child. Just because the child's not real doesn't mean it's not still like a representation of a child. It's what the picture represents, and the fact that you're into what it represents that is the red flag.
What? I don't know. I don't know if it's that minor of a detail.
Like, how old is the girl? I don't know. How old is the fucking drawing? It's a goddamn picture. Who the fuck cares? Grow the fuck up, okay? People in Ethan's subreddit are like calling the FBI on fucking...
And yes, you can call the FBI for that, because you do you want to know who cares about drawn CP drawings? It's just a drawing. Those pictures are also against the law to have. Like, lolicot's still illegal. Like, it's still not cool to have, and the FBI would care. They would see it as a red flag. I don't know if lolicon itself is illegal, but it definitely warrants further investigation. They would care.
Vouch. He's looking at cartoons that I don't like. I think that, like, bro.
That's not the criticism. It's not that they don't like it. It might have a fine plot. The plot might be a banger. I don't know. The problem, of course, is that it's depicting children being fucked by adults. That's just, that's a detail that's important to emphasize.
care. Okay, call me when this guy's fucks his way through some fucking preschoolers, okay? Until then, get out of here. Who cares?
And then he sets the
Yeah, let's wait until he actually commits, a sex act against a child before we look into him. Lord forbid we can see the red flags and maybe stop him from assaulting the child. No. Call me when he's actually assaulted the child. Then we'll know for sure. What the fuck is this logic, man?
this bar. He goes, I only care until you're fucking preschoolers, which is 3-year-olds, bro. 3-year-olds.
I mean, I wouldn't have honed in on the age there. I mean, he was probably like, I don't think the age matters. He's basically saying like he doesn't care until this guy fucks kids. The specific age of the kid probably doesn't matter, but anyway, yeah, he's basically saying I don't care until he actually fucks kids. Oh, so you don't care that we might find some red flags and be able to stop a man from having sex with children? Okay, cool, I guess.
Kindergarten, good to go, baby. First, second, third, fifth grade, basically an adult. And honestly, this is just a few of many, many, many clips of him sexualizing children and just being a total deviant, right? So with that important backstory, now let's go to the parts that I got wrong that I'm going to issue a heartfelt apology for. And this goes out a sincere apology to Destiny for absolutely getting this wrong. Now,
there's something you'll never see Hassan and crew do. A, admit they got something wrong, and B, apologize to Destiny if the thing they got wrong was about Destiny. I mean, it's not just specifically Destiny. There's a list of people that they would never, that they wouldn't apologize to Ethan if they got something wrong about Ethan. Like, this is, you want to talk about integrity, you want to know the difference and what makes, well, why is Ethan any better than his son, blah, 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 with all that that fucking brain rot conversation, because Ethan does what a normal person would do and can just apologize for things and admit when he was wrong. I don't know why that's so hard to understand, but okay.
Now here's what happened. This conversation here, where he says, Teehee, send me the feet pics. This is from a different girl. It's from Instagram. He never spoke to Rose on Instagram, which he points out correctly, as far as we know. So this was with another girl he claims was 26. Okay, fine. I'll take your word for it. And then this one also, he claims was with the same girl. And this is the one that says, she said, my parents are like super, super strict. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't go there. Don't talk to him. And he said, well, fuck. It would be so hot to drive you home from a date and make you suck me off in the car. I'd love to send you inside to your parents after making you swallow a full load from me. So apologies. That was not to Rose. This was to some other lucky lady. But this one, however, is from Rose, and it is pretty fucking weird. This is from 22. She says, I'm probably getting my braces off in a couple weeks. What?
Okay, so the braces one was Rose. That one wasn't the 26-year-old. Okay.
What image does that conjure in your mind? Right? And he says, aw, exciting. Are you looking forward to it? He's talking to her like she's a child. But okay, there's nothing sexually explicit here.
Yep, that is the same conversation I had with my daughter in reverse. My daughter last week got braces. She is 10. She got braces. And that is how I talk to her. I'm like, you excited? You excited to get your braces? Yeah, that's how you talk to a child. He sounds like he's talking to a child right now is the point.
Right? So, fair enough. So I am making a sincere apology for getting this wrong. Now, while 2 of the screenshots were not attributed to Rose, my mistake, I still don't know why. And I feel like Destiny and his friends like Abba, who are making videos defending him, are avoiding this fact that he told Willie Mack 3 times that he had child pornography on his hard drive. Let me refresh your memory.
While sending me a screenshot of the alleged CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes, I created copies of all.
Is he actually going to show a clip from the Abba and Preach thing? Because I normally like Abba and Preach. And from what I can tell, they have not swept for Destiny and don't seem to, like, just pretty much disassociated and want nothing to do with him anymore. Like I don't think that they were friends, and I don't think that they were sweeping, but I didn't watch their video about this, so I'd want to see a clip from it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. It's possible that they just misunderstood something they said. Abba and Preach do sometimes just have bad takes. Sometimes I've disagreed with a number of their takes, but I would need to. I don't believe that they would just sweep for him, especially after this. But I would need to see what he's referencing. Like, I'm curious what they said now.
So here right above, he's acknowledging, he says, yeah, that's absolutely insane to think about him doing all this if she was 17. He thinks it's funny. So he knows she's might have been 17. He's saying it right here. And then Willie Mack being extra careful to make sure that he's not misquoting Destiny says, just to confirm, you're saying you still have this video of a 17-year-old engaged in sexual activity on your hard drive. And he says, and I will tell you directly, yes. He says YES. When somebody asks you, do you have child pornography on your computer? You always say no. That's a hard and fast rule. And hopefully it's true, right? And again, equally creepy, he says, so you have that video and Destiny.
He mentioned Abba and Preach, and then he moved on to something else. Like, I don't think he's going to show the clip. I don't think he's going to show what he's talking about. I'm about to watch the Abba and Preach video, which we're not doing tonight. I mean, I got more Destiny stuff to cover. I wanted to do like a full coverage of him, but it is already way later than I wanted to be streaming. So I'm going to have to stop streaming here after we finish covering this one.
He responds, depends on why you're asking. Because once again, he's implying that under the right circumstance, he would send this video to Willie Mack. That's what that means. I don't see any other way to see that. What does that mean? Depends on why you're asking. Are you trying to tell the police?
Yeah, that's exactly what that implies, that there is a reason he could ask that would make Destiny send it to him and be okay with it. That is exactly what that implies. There's literally no other way to read that.
Are you trying to get off? If you're trying to get off, I'll send it to you.
Now, maybe that reason isn't sexual, but it does still imply that there is a reason. Maybe it's not to beat off, but he's still implying that there is a reason that, he could hold on to it and he could send it to Willie.
If you're talking about reporting me to the police, then I'm not going to send it to you, but actually I will anyway, because I'm apparently the dumbest person alive. So Destiny and Abba and all these people defending
Okay. Show more about the Abba and Preach thing.
Him are avoiding this critical moment in which, when pressed 3 different times, he has confirmed, yes, I have child pornography on my computer. But to continue on.
Of our messages and everything when that court case started. Just to be clear, he's admitting to having alleged CP downloaded on his computer. He literally has the video open as I'm talking to him. I go, bruh, there's been allegations at least since my last video that she was underage, and you still have potential CP of her?
So, and again, that's an important detail Willie's saying, is that people knew that there was a chance.
Yeah, this allegation has been out for a while. Even if it's unconfirmed, you still have the videos. You haven't, gotten rid of them yet. I mean, he's right. It's this shouldn't be news to you. I shouldn't be the first one telling you this. These allegations have been out for a while.
All done known that she might have been underage this whole time. And you still kept it?
I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence, etc. So I created backups of all of the important / relevant conversations. He continues.
So this is another one of his big defense points that I want people to pay attention to. He's saying, my lawyer told me to keep this potential child pornography for evidence, which is completely not true. And by the way, why wouldn't he lie about it? He's being confronted for having child pornography. At this point, why wouldn't he lie? The fact that people are actually believing him on that is totally insane. The lawyer will not tell you to keep potential child pornography on your hard drive, period. Having it is the crime. There is no situation where a private citizen can have videos of minors in sexual positions on legally. There's no such thing as holding it for evidence. And by the way,
yeah, the police have this room where they hold on to things that are illegal but might be evidence of, for a court case. You give it to them and they hold on to it. They have a special room for this stuff. Well, what was it called? All right, an evidence room. It's where they put things related to crimes. Just saying, there's no reason you should hold on to it.
If you were so, concerned about her safety, you should have reported it to the police 6 months ago when her boyfriend told you about it, right? Continuing on.
I don't think I'm allowed to delete it, LOL. I don't know if it counts as hiding / destroying.
What's funny about that? I don't know if it counts as hiding, destroying evidence. Well, why don't you ask your lawyer, who he's apparently talked to? So he says, I've talked to my lawyer. They told me to keep potential child pornography. But at the same time, I don't know if it counts as hiding or destroying evidence. You didn't discuss that with your lawyer. Because if you did, that would be the heart of the conversation you would be having. So it sounds to me that you didn't talk to your lawyer, which is obvious to anyone with a brain, because the lawyer would have said, we need to send this to the judge. We need to send this to the police. We need to get this off your hard drive. We need to notify everybody because you are doing a crime right now, sir. And by the way, I'm sure your lawyer really appreciates you saying that they told you to keep potential child porn. I think that that's awesome, and they're going to totally love being implicated in this crime. And by the way, of all the tiny, minute things that you can break client confidentiality with as an attorney, child pornography, having it, is one of them. Now, when Destiny says
any illegal act, a lawyer is required to report. If the lawyer knows that his client is doing an illegal act, not just child porn, any illegal act, and decides to not report that, you can't hide behind confidentiality as a way to commit crimes. That would implicate the lawyer and also be a crime for him. There's no shot his lawyer told him to keep anything that might risk both his job and his freedom. It's just, I'm calling bullshit. He's just lying here. Or at the very least, lying by omission and, not saying when he talked to the lawyer or what he told the lawyer. He's making it sound like he talked to the lawyer recently about this. But I'm willing to bet that the only time he's talked to that lawyer about Rose specifically was when the lawsuit first started, and he also believed Rose was 19, so he told the lawyer she was 19. I don't believe he talked to him after her age came into question. I just straight up don't believe him.
his lawyer told him to keep all the evidence relating to the case, the lawyer absolutely and obviously told him that. That's spoliation. That's standard stuff. But what I doubt, I would put money on, that he never told his lawyer that in that body of evidence was potentially a child having sex or doing sexual acts. It was apparently her having sex with men, but child pornography, right? Potentially. There's no lawyer in the fucking country, and I've worked with a lot of them, that would risk their freedom, their reputation, their...
Right, exactly. He didn't tell, he did not tell his lawyer that she might be underage. He told his lawyer she was 19 because he believes she was 19. Or believed it at the time. We now know that's not true. If he goes and talks to his lawyer tomorrow, he's going to get a very different answer. I guarantee it.
License by not fucking handling that correctly.
I'm allowed to delete it, LOL. I don't know if it counts as hiding / destroying evidence. And I reply, talk to a lawyer. That seems crazy to me. Who keeps this sort of stuff on their computer without 100% knowing if they're supposed to or not? Isn't that something you want to confirm? I continued, you just let me know you have CP videos saved to your computer. You knew it was alleged that she was underage. You still have them. So
now Willie, being extraordinarily fair, once again clarifies for the third time. And he says it explicitly, just to confirm. You told me you have child pornography, CP, saved on your computer. You knew it was alleged she was underage, and you still have them. Don't you see how this is fucked up? He cannot be more clear in the accusation. Now, if you didn't do any of this, what would your response be to this? It's like, bro, what the fuck? I don't have child porn. What are you talking about? That's insane, right? What? That's crazy. Let's see what he says.
The last message he sent me was, 1, I don't even know 100% of her age was legitimately less than 18 when these were...
That doesn't matter. The fact that you're not 100% sure is the problem. Mm-hmm. And you have it. Guys, he's got it. We know he's got it. He said he's got it.
Taken. So basically, he's not 100% sure if he has child porn on his computer. He's just 99% sure. Got it. 2, I'm pretty sure I have an obligation to preserve stuff related to my court case. I've talked about it with
That part's true, generally speaking.
my lawyer already, specifically with regards to the Rose stuff.
That's a lie, in my humble, godlike opinion. No, it has to be. Or sue me. God, sue me for defamation. He's lying. He never fucking told his attorney he might have child porn on his hard drive. That never happened.
I agree. That's a lie. There's no shot. No shot. I mean, if it's true, Ethan has invited you to sue him, so you could just sue him. OG Camo, long time no talk. I have no idea who you are. You must be an old viewer of the stream who has changed his name. What was your original name? I do not recognize that name at all. Welcome back, though. You should pop in more often so I know your names when they change.
If I'm wrong, God, strike me down with lightning bolts and make Destiny sue me and take me for all I'm worth. This man never told him.
He's not going to sue you because he knows you're telling the truth. Because he knows he's lying, and he can't take you to court for saying something that's not a lie. Nothing will come from this. He will not sue you. It's been the same, but it's probably been like 3 years. I think you followed me on Outriders. I did not play Outriders that long. Unfortunately, that game did not live up to its potential. Jesus, the OG. I'm sorry, man. I just really don't recognize the name. I know I've got one regular viewer who pops in every couple months, and his name's like every couple months he changes his name. Like every 6 months or so, he'll pop in and be like, "Hey, man, it's been a long time." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" "Oh yeah, my name used to be this." I'm like, "Yeah, well, if you don't tell me when you change your name, how the fuck am I supposed to know?" Jesus. Yeah, content has changed a little bit. So enjoy the new stream. You got no face to the name, so it makes it even harder. True. And I know it's been a long time, but this face doesn't change, brother. I age like a fine wine, like Anderson Cooper. Wait. Oh, you're done with the bomb part. I'm over here upgrading shit I don't need to upgrade.
Told his attorney that.
So we went from, I don't know if I could delete this, to my lawyer says it's totally fine to keep. I don't know the law, but the idea that his lawyer would tell him to hold on to CP for a civil case just doesn't seem likely to me. LawTube can figure that out. 3, if something were to come up...
He says LawTube can figure that out, and funnily enough, Legal Mindset did put out a video on it that I watched, and his conclusion was Destiny is fucked. Basically, if this girl was a minor, which pretty much is confirmed by now, according to Willie Mack, he's fucked.
Something to turn over to the authorities. If hypothetically, whenever a political creator is about to give a hypothetical, you know you're about to hear some weird shit. If hypothetically her boyfriend or whatever was actually trafficking her or getting her to fuck other dudes on video for him, and if there was ever some kind of investigation...
Would you have sex with a child if it would stop a nuclear bomb from exploding in New York? Would you? Would you, Dan?
Would I fuck a baby to save millions? Yeah, like what? It's always the most outlandish fucking hypotheticals too, where like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna do the bad thing so that you know an entire city doesn't get destroyed, but that doesn't mean that I'm into the bad thing. Like, I don't understand the point in this stupid fucking it's always that. It's always fucking that. It's always some off the wall bullshit.
Dan? Exactly. The clock is ticking. You fuck this kid or the whole city blows up. Come on. Oh, so you let everyone...
God, I gotta change my soundboard and get fucking sound effects for stuff like that so I can plan out these segments better. I love Ethan's soundboard.
Die. I see. You'd rather murder millions of people than fuck a child. Destiny's like, I would do the right thing and fuck the shit out of that child to save New York City. That's the craziest version of 24 ever. I also want to clarify that the crew is catching a lot of shit for apparently brainwashing me, manipulating me to talk about this. And this, I just want to clarify, is my passion project. This I brought to them after I saw the Willie Mack video. And I've always been passionate throughout my whole career about these influencers who are taking advantage of their fans for sexual gratification specifically. It keeps happening. It's this insane pattern. It disgusts me. And I would be a total hypocrite to see this and not call it out. Now, here's what happened. Because I got the screenshots wrong, and admittedly, that was my mistake. They've hyper-focused in on being like, dude, those screenshots weren't even with Rose. This whole thing is a farce. No, I will tell you exactly what happened. Okay, so this girl Rose, she was selling nudes on Twitter when Steven approached her. At the time, he did not know she was 17.
And for those of you in chat who don't realize what that means, that is a red flag. When a girl is selling OnlyFans or tells you she's an adult content creator and she's using that as a way to prove her age, and the only place she is selling that content is Twitter or fucking Snapchat, that is 100% a minor. It's 100% a minor. If she was an adult legally selling nudes, she'd be doing it on a site that would verify her age and allow her to legally sell them. Your OnlyFans, Fansly, Pornhub, places like that. If she's selling it on social media and not a specific adult site, she is not an adult. And that is how you should take that. You should ask her if she's getting an OnlyFans, blah, blah, blah. If you want to just be doubly sure, you can be like, oh, do you have an OnlyFans? Well, when are you going to make one? Can you make one or make an OnlyFans and then I'll buy it? I only buy my adult content from one. If she is refusing to go to a verified platform, you should stop the conversation right then and there. Immediately, it is over. You are talking to a child. I'm not buying nudes in 2025, let alone ever. There's tons of free sites with live cams and free videos. True. I don't understand the paying for nudes things either. I kind of get the live streaming part because then you get to actually interact with them, but just paying for their fucking pictures, I don't get that. You're right. There are plenty of sites where you can go look at free porn. But the parasocial interaction part, I do get. I still think it's a little pathetic, but I get it. The point I'm making is if you run into a girl who a e-girl who says she's a creator of adult content and she's bragging about it and you're talking to this girl and you're like, oh, she's hot, and you think that you're about to get an e-girl and you don't question her age because she sells adult content, well, then you should be questioning where she's selling that content. Because if it's not on a verified platform and she refuses to put it on a verified platform, she is 100% not 18. That is how you should take that. Yeah, the pictures and videos is weird, but I mean, on live stream sites, buying videos from their bio or some shit while she's live streaming to support her, I don't know. Yeah, but yet again, it's to verify the age. I would get doing that. If it's part of a live stream. If you want to support her during the live stream and get something you can jerk off to later, if you're going to give her money anyway, so that you can get that interaction with her during a live stream, you could donate your money and only get the interaction, or you could buy something from her bio, still get the interaction because she got the notification, and you also get the pictures. So, I get it, but it's all for the interaction. I get the interaction part. Guys do some pretty desperate shit for that interaction. They will pay these girls to pretend to be their girlfriends, or if you want to go to the 2025, because that's where we are, they will pay money to a fake woman to interact with them. They will pay money to AI girlfriends now. So they ain't even giving money to a real thought. It's AI girlfriends who will generate them AI boobies. And just, that's even more pathetic, dude. What's the difference from gifting some dude on Twitch 50 subs for nothing, or go to Nevada and get an escort? I tell you what, if you gift me 50 subs on YouTube, I will find someone to escort you to Nevada. Won't be me, but I'll find someone. We'll call you an Uber. We'll get you an escort all the way to Nevada. That is a Death Witch guarantee. Well, promise, not a guarantee. I don't always keep my promises. Anyway.
That is correct. He thought, she told him that she was 19 at the time, and that's what he thought. Has anyone asked Destiny why Rose was selling nudes on Twitter? Right? I've never even heard of that. Why wouldn't she be selling nudes?
No, that's the thing. I've run into a number of accounts that sell them directly on Twitter and tell you to DM them for them. I get messages on Snapchat, because I have my Snapchat listed on my LinkedIn, on my link tree. It's on my link to all my socials. I will get some pretty weird messages on Snapchat. Just know that if you add me on Snapchat, I am not fucking talking to you on Snapchat. Snapchat is specifically for advertising my YouTube videos. I will upload my shorts to Snapchat, and anyone in that list, it's just there so you guys can get notified when I post a new video. So you can add me on Snapchat if you want. The only interaction with me you're going to get is like my stories are going to pop up in your feed. I'm just trying to put... Right now, I'm trying to put myself out there as much as possible to promote my videos. So if you add me on Instagram, if you add me on Snapchat, if you add me on any of those places, you're just there to get story notifications for when I post a new video. Because all my YouTube shorts, I repost on those sites as promo for the YouTube videos, of course. As long as she is in a wheelchair, I'm game. Hey, there you go. She can escort you. You can sit in her lap. She'll give you a ride. Dude, even on dating sites like Tinder and Match, they have underage females, pretty sure, or fake ones, selling other women's on videos. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bots, and there's a lot of girls on those dating. Like, I feel sorry for you guys, for you younger guys, doing the dating site thing now. I mean, I'm married with kids, but, dude, I've heard about those dating sites, and it's just... So many girls are on there now just to sell OnlyFans content. Like, they're not looking to date. So now you have to not only do you get on Tinder or do you get on, you know, fucking Bumble or whatever, and you're on one of these dating apps, not only do you have to figure out if that girl is actually, you know, a girl, because anybody can identify as anything now, but you also have to find out if that girl actually wants to date or if she's just there to sell you content. And that's even trickier because she'll flirt with you and act like she's interested and then try to sell you content. So you have to, so as a guy on a dating app in 2025, you have to filter through the bots, you have to filter through the e-whores trying to sell you their OnlyFans, and then when you get past those and you actually start talking to girls, you then have to figure out what kind of girl they are. Are you the cis kind? Are you the trans kind? Are you the identify as this kind? Like, there's just so many layers deep you have to go that I didn't have to go through when I was dating. Like, I feel genuinely sorry for you guys. Holy shit. And of course the catfish. Don't forget the catfish. Yeah, can't forget those too. One chick I met up catfished me as some cute girl. When she showed up to the date, she was like, dude, that happened to me. She didn't like catfish me as some girl. I'll give her credit. They were pictures of her. I was like 28. They were pictures of her. But they were like pictures of her when she was like 19. This bitch is almost 30 now. They're like 10-year-old pictures of her. And when I got there, she was about 200 pounds heavier than she was in her pictures. And I was like, I walked in and I had my phone in my hand. And I walked into the restaurant. I'm meeting her at a restaurant. And I'm just looking around. She's at the bar at the restaurant. It was like a, you know, like a fucking Chili's or something. And I look over at the bar, and I see some girls at the bar, most of which were with dudes, but there was a couple that weren't with dudes, and one of them was about 200 pounds heavier than what I was expecting. So I pull up my phone and send a quick text to her, and then I'll look at the bar to see which girl picks up her phone to respond. And when the big bitch picked up the phone, I turned around and walked out before she got done reading the message. I was like, yep, you just getting stood up today, bitch. I was like, that is it. I drove an hour to get there, too. Like, I went an hour out of my way to meet this chick. Nope. Okay, lesson learned. I now, after that, like, you can ask my wife, that's how we met. Like, after that, I didn't interact with any profile that didn't have a full body picture. If all your pictures are from like this fucking angle and all I can see is your fucking cleavage and face, red flag. I need to see just a regular, it doesn't have to be nude, it can just be a regular fucking picture that shows the entirety of your body. It doesn't have to be a sexy pose, it can just be you hanging out with some friends and you taking a nice lovely picture when you're out and about. I just need a full body picture. That was red flag number one. Red flag number two is after we start talking, I need you to do one of those calls, because we're going to call and we're going to talk and we're going to plan to meet. But before I meet you in person, one of those calls, doesn't have to be every call, just a quick call. One of those calls needs to be a fucking FaceTime. I need to be able to see who I'm talking to and verify that A, you're a real human being, and B, you are the girl from the picture. And then after that, we can go meet in person. I'm not driving an hour out of my way to go to a bar to meet a whale again. That's not going to happen. And it didn't happen again. And then I met my wife. So, if you guys need some tips, some pointers on how to like navigate this shit, I can give to you. I can give you I can give you a list of like rules that I followed, and any girl who wasn't willing to follow those rules, and they were, I thought, all pretty reasonable, then I knew that girl wasn't worth my time. I'm fucking 28, still in the dating scene. I feel for you, brother. I feel for you. If you need some tips, if you need some pointers, I can pass on my sage knowledge to you. Because it's not all about looks. It's not all about verifying them. Like, I got the list of stuff you can do to like keep from getting catfished, and to know that that woman is a woman and is the woman she says she is, and she's not using 10-year-old pictures. But I can also give you a list of stuff to look for in the profile, of like red flags on how to avoid crazy bitches, on how to avoid this, how to avoid that. Yeah, I've been through all of that shit. Oh, you're in the California Bay Area, so being who I am, it's like I got 1% pool to pick from. Yeah, I don't know, man. You might have to go on a road trip. Or find a girl who's willing to relocate. Are you rich? You can go on one of those sugar daddy sites. You can just be a sugar daddy. Like, that's an option. I guess you could do that. I didn't want to be anybody's sugar daddy, though. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that. Pay for the passport. Oh, and stuff like Tinder. Because Destiny, I'm glad you brought up Tinder. Because Destiny tries to use that as, like, his reason to believe she was 18 or older because the girl had a profile on Tinder. Tinder does have age verification. But age verification on Tinder, you're right, girls do lie about their age on there. Age verification on Tinder is not required in the United States. It's required in Europe. And there's a couple countries. This is why Tinder has the age verification thing. It's for the countries that require it. But we're not one of those fucking countries. I think Australia requires it, and like Europe requires it. There's maybe Japan. I know there's a number of countries that require you to be verified to be on Tinder. America's not one of them. So just a quick heads up. Here, we'll watch the rest of this in interview mode, because I think I'm done playing the game for now, because after this segment, after the rest of this video, it's got a few minutes left, then I'm calling it for the night. I usually try to stream it around midnight Eastern, so that'd be 9 p.m. for you if you want to start showing up to the streams more. And hey, if you miss the streams, you prefer to watch your Death Witch on demand, I am taking my YouTube channel a lot more seriously since the last time you checked in with me. You can get a feel for the videos just on the first 2 minutes of each video. I do like an intro for them to give you an idea of what that video is about. They're all segments cut from these live streams. Or you can just watch the shorts. The shorts are just, I turn those intros into YouTube shorts. And if you find one that's really funny and you want more context, I did a debate with somebody and I made them cry. That one's worth watching. And if you want to check those out, also sub to my YouTube, because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers so I can get monetized and actually make some kind of ad revenue over there. All right, anyway, back to this.
On OnlyFans, is it because OnlyFans makes you verify that you're at least 18 to sign up and Twitter doesn't? Right? Selling nudes on Twitter is already a red flag. It's extremely weird. Why aren't you doing it on OnlyFans?
And yes, YouTube is a much better experience. I imagine I'll eventually get banned from Twitter. Not Twitter. I'll eventually get banned from Twitch. I know my days over there are numbered. Plus, I don't like their VOD system. YouTube's better. YouTube is my main platform. I am live streaming there right now as well, so you can watch me on YouTube from now on. But definitely check out the videos. There's some really good ones, and some with my wife. Those are probably some of my best ones. The debate content and the videos with my wife are all very entertaining. Those are probably some of my best stuff. But go through the shorts and just kind of thumb through them, and when you see one you really like my stuff on Pirate Software and Mudahar those were pretty popular. Yeah, there's some good stuff on there. We've done some good coverage here. By the way, BS comment wasn't towards you, towards the fact that Tinder age verification is false. Oh yeah, no, I understood. It's false in the U.S. The age verification is real if you're in one of the countries that requires age verification. The United States just isn't one of them.
The marketplace for this, where everybody is. When these influencers are chatting up their young fans, it's it's almost a certainty that people are going to lie to you about their age.
Yeah.
And like, if you actually want to engage with them in this extremely risky, borderline activity.
Yeah, he's right. Once you hit a certain level of influencer, especially on the internet, if you play video games, which Destiny did for a long time, which I still do, like, a portion of your audience is just going to be underage. Like, it's just going to happen. So when you start getting DMs, and you will get DMs when you reach I'm not even that big of a streamer, and I occasionally still get DMs from people. It's why I don't answer my DMs. Hey, there we go. Was that a sub? Thank you. One step closer to 1,000 subs on YouTube. Like, bro, I'm gonna say this, and it's going to be controversial for a lot of people, but I think Mr. Beast is sus. I mean, it's not really controversial. There's a lot of people who think he's sus. So, why'd that play twice? There's a lot of people who think he's sus. I don't think he's sus. I think he's socially awkward and I think he was like an incel. Like, if you want my take on Mr. Beast, I think he was like an incel who was socially awkward and probably wasn't a very popular guy, so he spent all his time on the internet. And he blew up on the internet. So now he's famous and everybody likes him, and he never actually got to go out, touch grass, and have a social life. So he's still kind of socially awkward. Now he's just socially awkward with money. I believe for the most part his intentions are good, though. Like, there are tons of people who've made as much money as him, and there are tons of people who've made more. You don't see them doing nearly as much stuff with, like, he's constantly finding ways to, like, use his money to try to do good, and most people would have quit by now because he's constantly using his money. He has found a way to give money away and use that as a way to make more money. I don't see that as a bad thing. I just don't. He's constantly giving the money away or using it to try to do something good, and most people would have given up by now because it seems like every time he tries to do something good, somebody finds a reason to make it bad. I mean, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He has more money than most countries. He could buy half the fucking planet, and you don't see him like ever donating to charity, ever giving any of it away, except when he's lying and says he's going to give $1 million away if you vote for Trump, and then he doesn't do that. Like he's just hoarding his wealth. Most people just hoard wealth, and he doesn't. So I will endlessly give credit for that. You seen the recent stuff of the water movement he's been doing, like publicly shaming other streamers for not donating enough to charity? Yeah, I think that's part of him being socially awkward and cringe. I'm not gonna pretend he's not socially awkward and cringe, and he sometimes promotes his stuff in really weird and like obviously bad ways. But if you're someone who has no social experience, you've never left your house, and all you've done is spend on the internet, that kind of promotion might work in forums and online, but when you try to bring it to the normies, it's going to seem cringe. But that happens. Not just that, but something more recent. I mean, I've seen a lot of the stuff he's done recently, but I don't super keep up with it. Like, if you need more proof that he was like socially awkward and cringe, and that's why he spent so much time on the internet before he was famous. Like, his best friend was Chris Tyson, who later became Ava Chris Tyson, and that dude was socially awkward, weird, and cringe. So, like, there's a little window into the kind of company he kept before he was famous, as opposed to what he's doing now. And now he's hanging out with people who are normal, and he has access to streamers who are normal and who have social experience, and he seems like he's just trying his best to be liked and to fit in, and it just doesn't always hit the mark. Yeah, Ava Chris Tyson's a fucking freak, and it took him forever to disavow that person. I mean, they straight up had Shadman art in their living room, and Mr. Beast didn't notice. So, I mean, I give credit to him. He finally disavowed. I mean, I get wanting to stick next to your friend, especially if it's the only friend you've got left. Like, you have to understand, when Mr. Beast hits the level that he's at, like, if you ever hit the level of wealth that Mr. Beast does, a thing that happens is you never know. You start to feel like you have no friends, even though you're constantly surrounded by people, because you never know who's actually there to be your friend and who's only near you because you have money and fame. So Chris Tyson was like that one friend he had, he knew liked him for him because this person was friends with me before I was rich and famous. And that's why it took him so long to finally be like, okay, you guys are right about him. He's weird. It's best I don't associate with him anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if they still talk behind the scenes and he's just made it a rule that you can never address me publicly again. So, but I get it. I get wanting to stick by the friend who has stuck by you. Problem is, he stuck by you during your rise to fame, and he wants you to stick by him during his rise to shame because he's become a freak. So it's not exactly the same boat, but I get it. I get it.
You need to make goddamn sure they're of age. And honestly, over the internet, I don't even know if that's possible, which is why you just shouldn't do it, right? Like, you can look at someone and be like, that person's very young, like maybe 22 at oldest, and you say, you know what? I'm not going to fucking engage with this because I'm 33 years old and I don't want to receive nudes from minors. But anyway, so far, not to muddy the waters, he hasn't done anything wrong, right? Okay. Then, this is when
that's another rule you can have if sounds like you're of that age. I say if you're over 25, my rule of thumb after I got over 25 and I was in the dating game was if we're going to meet in public, to be on the safe side, this was my little way to age verify. If you're going to meet me in public, anytime we go to meet and we go on a date, the first date was always going to be at a place that would card you at the door. So I don't, I can age verify them without having to ask for the verification myself. I just suggest that we meet at a bar that cards at the door or at a club, blah, blah, blah. And if they have a problem meeting at one of those places, that was a red flag for me.
Mistakes begin. In November of 2024, her boyfriend reaches out.
Dude, I'm not against trans people existing, but I do hate the way that we treat trans people online. I do feel like there are a lot of trans people online who aren't real trans people, who are just using it like a shield. And if you want an example of this, if we can go back to gaming for a minute. Did you see the clip of the VTuber blatantly cheating in Battlefield 6 beta? I mean, just blatantly cheating. And the internet, that clip went viral, and the internet attacked this VTuber, rightfully so, for being a cheating piece of shit, for ruining the game for everyone else. Everybody agreed this person was cheating and hated him. And then the person tweeted out that they were trans or revealed that they were trans, and suddenly everybody said, it doesn't matter if he's cheating, you guys are just doing it because you're trans. And suddenly it became like a shield for him. I don't think he's really trans. I think he knew if he said he was trans, an entire community of people would instantly come to his defense. It's like having an army of people to defend you on demand. All you have to do is agree with them. That's the part I hate. And you could see that happen in real time if you go back to when that clip first went viral to when I think a number of like YouTube channels have done a video on it. I didn't do one myself, but if you go back, you can see everyone called this person out for cheating, hate on them. This person freaks out and says, is this because I'm trans? And then all of a sudden, accounts started flooding to his defense. They're not defending him because they think he's not cheating. They're defending him because they think he's trans. Like, all he had to do was conjure the word trans, and he had instant defenders in his Twitter threads. Like, it was wild to watch. See, that's hard for me though. I don't drink, and I haven't in like 8 years. No, you don't have to drink. You're just gonna meet them at a place that requires you to card. Like, if you don't want to go to a bar, go to a club. And then just claim you want to dance or you just like the music. There's other places you can go that require you to card. that require you to like show your ID at the door that don't require you to drink. Or you can do like I do. Like, I don't drink either, but I will drink socially for those reasons. Like, because it would be weird if I asked them to meet me at a bar or to meet me at a club or a place that's going to card them, and then they meet me. Because after the age of 25, I didn't want to meet with anybody under the age of 21. Like I know 18, 19, 20, those are all legal, but I was like, it's easier just to meet at a bar and have them card them. Yeah, they could still be adults, but not old enough to drink. But you know what? If you're not old enough to drink, I'm 20, I'm 26, 27. Yeah, you're probably already too young. Fuck it. I don't want that big of an age gap. So that was where I had it. My wife's actually a year older than me, but I would feel kind of, it would feel weird if I met them at a bar and I didn't have a drink. So I'd usually get like one drink, and I will drink a few times a year, maybe, but I don't get drunk. I'll have like one or two, get a drink and just kind of drink it slow. Usually go to a place where I can get a meal or there's some other activity going on so that it's not just us sitting there drinking. So I go to you know, one of those restaurants that's got a bar, and then you got to be 21 to get in, and then they actually serve food. Or, you know, I go meet them at a club so that we're not just sitting at the bar or out on the dance floor, we're wandering around, we're doing stuff. You can also meet at a strip club, but then, you know, you are actually asking a girl to meet you at a strip club. But hey, if she's into that, then you might have a freak on your hands. So, you know she's legal and she's a freak. So there's that. Yeah, I'm in California, bro. No offense. Do you think I feel, how do you think I feel? I'm like 25 minutes from San Francisco. It's like 50-50 for me on if she's real, if she don't say it in the bio. Yeah, you know what I can do being in Cali. I smoke weed. We can go to a weed dispensary. Yeah, like, you probably got more options than I do. Weed ain't legal where I live. But, yeah, there's like a number of places you can go to do that. I think there's a place here that doesn't require drinking, and it doesn't require... I don't think it's 21. I think it's 18. But you have to, like, show ID to get in. And it's like an arcade kind of place. It's got wall climbing and stuff, but it's got like activities that like are too dangerous for minors, and they just don't allow minors in there because they don't want to be like legally responsible for minors. Because it's one of those places where you got to show ID to get in, and then you got to like sign a waiver because you're going to be doing like indoor bungee jumping or indoor skydiving or like all of these activities where you could hurt yourself. So, and they just don't want kids in there. So they don't allow anyone under the age of 18. And then you got to sign a waiver. So that also works. You can look for places like that. So there's a number of ways you can verify their age without being like, hey, I need to verify your age, and like weirding them out. The point is, Destiny did none of those things and just took this chick at her word, despite all the red flags that she might not be legal. If you want my personal opinion, I think Destiny knew she was probably 16 or 17, and he thought he could get away with it. He thought, close enough, I'll just talk to her until she turns 18, and then it won't matter. I think that's probably where his mind was. And he didn't care if he got caught because he's rich and he thinks he can just get away with it. I think that's what it is. I seriously just think it's because he thought he could get away with it.
Out to Steven.
And he would have got away with it too if it weren't for you damn kids.
And we have the DM because her boyfriend posted it. So here's her boyfriend sending him a message. It says, anyway, she was underage while sending you the vast majority of that stuff. And from what I've heard,
it was at this point when he got this message that he lost the excuse to keep the videos on his hard drive. The minute he got this message, he should have been like, oh shit, I need to get rid of these videos. They might be of a minor. I'm not sure yet, but if the videos are questionable, I don't want to keep them. That's where my mind would go. And then I'd go directly to the police with that message, with that timestamp that shows when I got it, and say, hey, I just got this message. It was about a girl I was talking to. She told me she was 19. I believe she was 19, but now I'm thinking she might not be. And she sent me videos of her having sex with somebody. I don't want to keep them, but I don't want to delete them in case you guys want to look into this dude. Yeah, and then you take them to the police and let them tell you what to do with it. That's the answer. That's the only answer. You seen that one streamer on live chat was spamming your girlfriend is 17 and he goes, no, she's 18 and she says I'm 17 and he whispers on mic, don't say that, I'm gonna get banned. Oh, I've seen a number of those. Like Zerka got banned for that because he was talking to he was IRL streaming and he was talking to some girls at a club, but they were outside the club. That's why you go in the club. But they were outside the club and these girls didn't go in with them. And he keeps asking them how old they are. And one of them didn't answer. And that was the one he was into. And at some point she does answer 16 and you can hear him whisper to her. He's like, no, you got to say you're 18. Yeah, like he got caught. He got banned.
Heard from her, you are pretty negligent about confirming her age. Even asking for ID at one point on Twitter and then saying it was okay, just a joke. And he responded by saying, that's pretty weird, considering that she told me she was of age and was selling not safe for work material to people, but okay. So what we have here is a confirmation from Steven in November of last year that there was at least a possibility that this girl was.
So he's known that she might be a minor since November, and he still has the videos on his hard drive. Explain that one to the police. Because now it's too late to show them this and say, hey, I'm thinking she might not be. Because they're going to be like, dude, you got this message in November. Why are you just now, almost a year later, bringing this to our attention? What have you been doing with this material for the last year if you thought she might be a minor? Like, why did it take you this long to figure it out? Like, that's going to be real hard to explain to the cops now.
Was a minor, that he has images of a minor. What happened around this time was that, including her messages with Destiny, now people theorized at the time that she might be a minor, but they didn't know for sure, which is why these, psychos online hyper focused in on this, because they're like, I think these are a minor and I want to try to prove it so we can nail Destiny. So,
and like on Twitch right now, you saying most of your viewers are going to be kids, I could, oh, hold on, it scrolled up. He's saying most of your viewers are going to be kids. I could never mod someone underage. I don't care if they were female or male. To me, that's just weird for an adult to mod a child on Twitch. I even told some... Yeah, like, I'm real selective over my mods. I think I've got one. Well, I've got two, but one of which is a guy I know in real life that I was friends with before I started streaming. So I just, like, instantly modded him because I know him. But there's one I've met off the internet, and it took him a few years of watching me to get that mod privilege, and I know for a fact he's an adult. I even told some chick that was constantly talking in my Discord to me when she was 17. I'm like, well, when you turn 128, I'm gonna assume 18, then you can be a mod. And she got all pissed off. Like, fuck that! I ain't trying to have a 17-year-old minor be involved in my stream. Yeah, I have a no DMs policy. For the most part, unless I like know you and know you're of age, especially if it's a girl. If you're coming at me with those kind of DMs, I won't respond. Anyone can at me on Twitter and can at me in the Discord. Like, I have a Discord. It's pinned at the top of chat. If you're not already in there, you should be. But don't try to add me on Discord. I have a public Discord channel. You can just join that. There's plenty of sections to talk about all the stuff we talk about on stream. And if you need to get my attention, you don't need to DM me. You can just at me in the Discord, and then it'll get my attention. I'll talk to you there. But we're talking out in the open in public in front of everybody. So, that's kind of a cover my ass move. Yeah, ever since then, everyone that sends me a request gets blocked. Yeah, I don't accept random requests. Like, if I do DM you, it's because I've been talking to you for a while. Usually I'll DM you first, and I'm like, I know this one's cool, this one's above 18, or I have reason to believe that you're above 18, or it's definitely never going to turn into anything sexual. So like that shit's going nowhere near my inbox, man. Yeah, after all that shit, I'm pretty sure you have to be mutual friends or part of a server. You do. Like, you can't just DM people randomly. You have to be mutual friends. I don't even think being part of a server works. I think it'll send the request to DM, but I don't accept those. Like, I'll go back. If I see that you're a mutual in my server and you're sending me a DM, then I'm going to go back to my server, and I'm gonna at you in front of everybody and be like, hey, you don't need to DM me, you can just talk to me here, what's up, and then I'm gonna try to find out what you want. If you can't talk to me publicly on stream or on Twitter or on the Discord in the public room, then you better have a damn good reason for sending me a DM, because I typically don't respond to those. Not saying I never do, but it's rare. Even then, I still get weird people, but they got to add me first. Yeah, I get a ton of those fucking wannabe artist accounts, have like comms open in their names, and they pretend to like my channel so they can try to sell me their art. I have art on my channel, most of which I made myself. I am not an artist. Okay, gonna be very clear about that. The reason I've made most of the artwork on my channel myself, minus a few pieces, is because I tried hiring an artist off Fiverr, and it was a god-awful experience. I could do better myself, which makes me go, how the fuck are you, an artist, selling your work when I could teach myself Adobe After Effects in a weekend and get this? Look at that. Made that myself, and I just accidentally skipped the video back. Maybe I can put it back where it was. Yeah, it's back where it was. Okay. All right, so we're kind of back where we were. No, we were right here. Okay. Forgot I got to click off the window before I press those buttons. But anyway, yeah, I made that transition myself. I made most of the stuff myself. The banner on my YouTube channel, one of my mods in Discord made. The thumbs up icon I use for everything that shows up on that transition, that was actually drawn by an X-Men comic book artist at Comic-Con. I paid him to draw me that picture, knowing I was going to use it as my icon. So, pretty good. That's a real artist, by the way. Oh, what? You don't want to buy my art? Fuck me, I follow you for 3 years to sell you art. No, most of them will follow you. They don't follow you for 3 years. Because I fell for that shit once, and I tried to work with that person, and I was like, "Do you have a Fiverr or some way I can pay you?" I'm like, I wanted to pay them off. Like, I wanted them to have a Fiverr page so that I could have a refund option if they don't deliver. I'm not going to pay you on Twitter. So this guy had a fucking Stu was like Brazilian or something. He made a Fiverr page so that I could pay him on Fiverr. I paid him on Fiverr, and he claimed that he watches my stream all the time and he was a fan and he wanted to help me out and blah blah blah. So he makes a Fiverr. I pay him on the Fiverr to commission his art, and I tell him what I want. And I was very vague with what I wanted because I thought I was working with an artist, so I was going to give him some artistic liberty. I was like, hey, you watch the stream all the time. You already know the vibe of the channel. I just want this, this, and this. Something to capture the vibe of the channel. I just gave him a list of things it had to include, but everything else could be open to interpretation. Just try to capture the vibe of the channel. He missed the mark so bad. And I was like, dude, I thought you watched my stream. I thought you were a fan of the channel. Like, there's a couple memes and joke stuff I want in there. You got my shirt wrong. I literally only wear this blue shirt. It's my thing. How the fuck did you get the shirt wrong? It's the most consistent thing on my stream. I bought like 8 of this shirt. I have 8 shirts just like this one. 7 or 8 shirts just like this one. Because it is my streaming uniform. I wanted to have a thing when I started streaming, a uniform. This was my thing. Dr. Disrespect wears a wig and a stupid vest. Some guys wear stupid outfits. VTubers have the same avatar all the time. I wanted my own thing, but I wanted it to be simple because I don't want to dress up in a fucking costume or be a VTuber. This was it. It's classy. Looks good. Boom. A little business casual. There you go. He got the fucking shirt wrong right out the gate. Knew this guy didn't watch my stream. So, I learned my lesson on the Twitter artist, man. That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Twitter, and then saying it was okay just to joke. And he responded by saying, that's pretty weird considering that she told me she was of age and was selling not safe for work material to people. but okay. So what we have here is a confirmation from Steven in November of last year that there was at least a possibility that this girl was.
Yeah, how the fuck did he get the shirt wrong? I have no fucking clue, dude. It is the most consistent thing on my stream. He got the shirt wrong, then he got the vibe wrong, because I was like, okay, because I was real simple with what I wanted. I was like, to try to capture the vibe of the channel, and I told him, you know, sci-fi, Star Trek kind of theme stuff, because the icon on my channel is actually, it was drawn at Comic-Con, and I was cosplaying as Spock during that Comic-Con. So the X-Men artist drew me as Spock. So it's actually a Star Trek shirt that's blue in the fucking picture. But I was like, yeah, I'm into sci-fi, you know, try to capture something that, you know, and that's all I wanted. I wanted a transition like this little sci-fi transition. It's like a door closed, boom, opens up, bam, it's got the icon right there in the middle. I made that one myself. I told him I wanted something similar to that. I told him I like Star Trek. He comes back, took him a week, comes back a week later with a scene transition, or an asteroid comes out onto the screen, and it gets shot by a generic looking spaceship, and it explodes, and that's the transition. And I was like, okay, it doesn't really capture the vibe of the stream. This is generic as fuck. One of the requirements I had for him was that it have my avatar on it, that it have my logo on it, so that shows up during the transition. It didn't have that on it. I took that video file he sent me, that little 3-second video file of the transition. I took that and I Google image searched it. It was a pre-made template. He literally downloaded a pre-made template and tried to sell it to me. I was out after that. That's it. We're done. I'm not. Fuck you. All right, you are not an artist. Most of them are scammers, and that's what they do. They download templates or they download pre-made stock assets they hope that you haven't seen before, and they try to sell them to you. That's what they do. If it's going to have your name or your logo on it, like so many of them do esports logos, and they all look the same no matter which artist you go to. And why do they all look the same? Because they're literally plugging your shit into a template. You could download that yourself for like $5 from Adobe's website and make it right there in your fucking Chrome web browser. What are you hiring these motherfuckers for? That's why I hope AI takes all your fucking jobs. You're not artists. You taught yourself to use a template. This is why I don't subscribe to that. Anybody can learn to be an artist. No, anyone can learn to use a template and fake being an artist. You're not a fucking artist. That is way lazier than making videos with AI or making images with AI. That is way lazier. So this AI is too stupid, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Fake artists have been doing lazy, and real artists have been doing lazy shit to cut corners forever. AI is just a better version of that. So I don't want to hear it.
Was a minor, that he has images of a minor. What happened around this time was that, including her messages with Destiny, now people theorized at the time that she might be a minor, but they didn't know for sure, which is why these, you know, psychos online hyper focused in on this, because they're like, I think these are a minor and I want to try to prove it so we can nail Destiny. So it wasn't even like the boyfriend told him. There was already this idea that she might have been a minor, which was the whole reason for this hubbub. So he knew she was maybe a minor, and he kept the footage. So from this moment, at the end of last year, he's potentially mishandling child pornography. He at no point turned it into the police, right?
Right.
He kept it in his spank bank, right? And by the way, one of his constant defenses is, you guys are using this revenge porn of me, and that's so disgusting, and how dare you? You know what's funny about that is the whole reason these guys on Kiwi farms were able to identify her is because Steven gave them the information. He's the one that caused this whole thing. He said she went to blank college. Okay? And then
he's going to try to claim it's bait and blah, blah, blah. They took the bait. I hoodwinked everybody. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the play is here. Why? Why would you help people identify the girl? Did you just honestly believe she was 19 so bad that you were willing to stake your reputation on it? Or do you think you're pulling some 4,000 IQ play where you baited everybody? Ha, I tricked you. That's not even the right girl. No, it can't be that. It can't be. He honestly, if I'm being super charitable, he believed she was 19. She tricked him so well that he was willing to go to bat for her, and it backfired. If I'm being charitable.
He shows a picture. If they want more to go on, it's funny because they think I'm hiding stuff about Rose since she's underage. So he already says that these Kiwi Farm guys suspect she's underage. So this is already something people are thinking about. The only reason I haven't actually mentioned much about her is because I know it makes those R words dig harder. He continues. Also, one more pick. I'm not in either one, if you can tell. Okay, good luck. Good luck, guys. So he sent them.
Yeah, that's why he's going to say it's bait. Look, I literally baited them and told them good luck, and they found the wrong person. I'm waiting for that to be the defense. Like, I'm waiting for that to be the next thing he comes out with. Jesus Christ. He's literally reenacting the fucking Dr. Disrespect thing after, like, shooting down all of these arguments already with Dr. Disrespect. Isn't that what Dr. Disrespect did? Or he talked to a fucking minor on Twitch, got caught, got banned, it leaked, apologizes for it, admits to it on Twitter, then edits the tweet to take out the word minor, then edits it again to put it back in. Then he kept editing the tweet like 7 or 8 times, and then he just deletes it, disappears from the internet to go on vacation, comes back a few months later, streaming on YouTube, and his whole defense is, you guys all took the bait. I specifically said the word minor in all my messages to see what people would do. And boy, did they ever take the bait, champs. Boy, did those journalists run with it. No one bought that story. Why would you bait people into believing you're a pedo? What's the end game? What's the win here? Because it's done nothing but destroy your career and get you banned. Why do that? That makes no sense. And now Destiny's going down the same arc. Where, oh, see, I baited Kiwi Farms. Look at that then. Boy, did they ever take the bait, champs. Oh. This is so fucking pathetic, dude. You're caught. Just admit you're caught. Go to the police immediately. Tell them all of this stuff. Maybe they go easy on you. Maybe they buy your bullshit story and say you didn't know. I don't know, but you don't do this.
2 pictures to go off of. Also, I never said that pic posted was of me. It was a pic they sent me from their school. Supposedly, they were working on an associate's in neurology. Kiwi Farm's ability to investigate anything is super pathetic. I thought it was some crazy investigator shit, but now I realize it was just no-life obsessively stalking all my social media that allowed someone to do it. As I understand it, this was the missing piece of the puzzle they needed. And from seeing these photos he's shared with them, and from learning the college she went to, that's how they identified her. Now, after speaking with Willie Mack, he's told me that this is her, right? They found her, they matched up like moles on her body, they matched up the look of her, the face. She disappeared for a couple of years. They have old videos of her, but they've pretty much confirmed this is her. And through that, they've identified her birthday. And if this is her, which is like 99% it is, then she was 17 at the time. No question, right? So this whole idea of is she's a minor has pretty much already been put to rest. According to
Tom has showed me 100% proof that Rose was underage. I don't really know how to show you guys on Twitter without violating her personal information and doxing her. If Destiny wants to see it, Tom can show him. There is no doubt. Okay, so it was confirmed, but everyone's gonna be like, "Well, he didn't show it, so we don't know." But I mean, I have more reason to believe Willie Mack after the way he's acted and the way he's handling this than I do Destiny. So,
to Willie Mack. So while it's true that when he received these nudes, he thought she was 19, what is not true is that he didn't know the whole time, potentially, because the boyfriend at the end of last year told him she's a minor. So he knew there was potentially a chance that he had child pornography. And up until now, when people found out she actually is a minor, He never reported it to the police. Any responsible adult, upon learning that even if there's a possibility that you have child porn,
Even if there's a 1% chance, you have to take it as an absolute certainty. But no, Batman's right. When it comes to child porn, that should be your rule for child porn. There should be a 0% chance that you have child porn, and if it's not a 0% chance, you should just get rid of it. It's really not that complicated.
porn, you would send that to the police, right? To hold.
You don't got to be the world's greatest detective to figure that one out, boys.
And frankly, to cover your own ass legally. You don't want to be stuck with child porn on your hard drive. Like the second you find out, you send that shit to the authorities, because guess what? You're committing a crime. But that all becomes moot anyway, because they've allegedly found out that Rose.
Yeah, it's way too late now.
Was a minor at the time, and he did hold child pornography for 6 months, allegedly, and that's why he should have turned it in to the authorities then.
Yep.
So if you want to defend Destiny, do that. But know that this guy knew there was a chance that he had child pornography on his hard drive for all this time. He kept it, knowing that, and did nothing with it. Now, if you think that's cool, and in the context of everything else, of him continually sexualizing and trying to normalize sexual activity with minors, he's been doing this over the span of his entire career. If you think that is fine, and holding on to potential child pornography is fine, then go ahead and defend Destiny.
The political brain rot part is what comes out when they defend Destiny, because after you've cornered them on every other argument, like Ryan Beard did in his video, good video, you should go watch it, by the way. We also covered it here on this channel. They'll always they'll always retreat back to politics. They're so politically brain rotten with these political streamers. This is why I hate politics in general. And now it's not politics anymore. Politics is just another form of drama. It's treated like team sports. Like politics isn't real anymore. Like 99% of online politics is just fucking team sports drama bullshit. But they'll retreat back to politics because they'll be like, well, he's good for the left. We need him. So this isn't, so what? Politics becomes a way to excuse extremely bad behavior because, well, he's our best defense against this thing, so we need him. He's our best defense against the sign. He's our best defense against the right wingers. He's our best defense against whatever. He's too big to fail. No, you're never too big to fail when child porn is involved. For fuck's sake. How politically brain rotten are you that you will protect someone harboring child porn on their hard drive for 6 months and who has said all the shit that he said and given you all the clues that maybe this guy isn't the best representation of our party? At what point do you kick him out and find someone else? He can't. I don't care if he's the final boss of debate, if he's the fucking best one. Is there not a second best? Is there no one else that's even close? Really, that's what I'm left to believe, that there's no one else on the left who's even remotely close to him who would be better representation. At what point do you kick this guy to the curb and say, it doesn't matter how good he is at debating and it doesn't matter how good he is at politics. All the stuff around him makes him a liability. He's a bad look for us, and he's doing more harm than good, because he is... This every time he's in a debate or something, it doesn't matter how bad he wins. I've seen it happen over and over again. I've seen him go back and forth with people on Twitter. Every time he wins a debate against someone on the right, as soon as the debate's over, they just post clips like this and start calling him a pedo or talk about all the bad stuff he's done, and everybody forgets about the debate. So he's accomplished fucking nothing. There has to be a second best. There has to be someone better. The left is claiming to release the files. Trump's a pedo while they defend. Yeah, both sides are defending their favorite pedo. It's just, I hate online politics fucking much, dude. Oh my God.
But just know, that is what you're defending. Those are the facts.
Yeah, and he straight up gives them that out. So when you make fun of the right for defending Trump and all the MAGA-tards and go, oh, you guys are literally defending a pedophile. All I gotta do is point at Destiny and say you guys are doing the same thing, or point at Vosh and say you guys are doing the same thing. Like, it happens on the left too. They're like, really, you guys can't. Is there no one else? Is there no one else? There has to be at least one good debater on the left who hasn't done weird pedo shit, or hasn't jerked off to lolicon or done some weird fucking degenerate shit, because they have that on the right. They can just point at Joe Rogan. You can call him cringe. You can call him a bad comedian or a pothead, but you can't call him a pedo. Like, I mean, he's got that on you. Jesus. I honestly didn't even vote this year. Both options were pedos. It's not the problem in America is there's only 2 people to vote. It seems, yeah, the 2-party system's flawed. I don't get into politics. I don't really care who anyone votes for as long as you can just be a normal fucking human being. The problem is some of these people get so involved in this politics, team sports politics bullshit that it rots their brain. Like, I don't, like, my best friend voted for Trump. I've known him since high school. But a lot of the friends I hang out with in real life aren't Trump people, and they voted for Kamala. Like, I got friends on both sides. It's not like me and that friend I grew up with, I've been best friends with since middle school. It's not like we stopped being friends because he voted for Trump. Like, I see those videos too of people who are like, friendship over, because over politics. Like, I don't, it's not worth it. Like, we don't get that into it. We occasionally have the politics talk, but it's not over the candidates. It's over like a specific law that's about to be passed, or, you know, it's over policies and stuff. And that's rare, but it's usually during an election year we have those conversations because we're trying to figure out, is it worth voting for the person? You know, he's a Republican, but there's been times he didn't vote for the Republican candidate because they were too weird or wanted some shit that he thought was too extreme. And I've done the same. Yeah, like, you have the politics. It's a time and place discussion. There's people who talk about politics constantly and identify as a political party in their fucking dating profile. That's too much. That's too fucking much. You shouldn't be that obsessed with politics. It's a time and place for it. There are 3 things you don't talk about at the dinner table. All right? You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about religion, and you don't talk about someone's finances. Those are all personal things that are none of your fucking business. There's a time and place to talk about each of them. You talk about politics during an election year, or, you know, when you're at a town hall meeting, when you're at a place where people talk about those things. You talk about religion at church, and you talk about your finances when you're at the fucking bank. Okay, those are the places you talk about those things. It's just unfucking believable, man, that people have forgotten that golden rule of these things are none of your fucking business. They're personal. It's rude to bring them up, or at least it fucking used to be. See, for me in California, if I see liberal or whatever, I hit next, because I don't care if they're the same political party as me. If I see someone who feels the need to pick their mate, if I was dating right now, if I saw the need, someone who felt the need to make politics part of their fucking dating profile, I'm out. That's a red flag. Swiping left. If I see a bunch of stupid flags behind your name, I'm swiping left. I just want you to be a normal person. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you support. I just need to know that you can support it in a normal way, and that it's not an obsession. That you're not going to talk about it all the fucking time. I just need to know that it's not what defines your life. You can be into a thing. I just need to know that you're into more than just that one thing, that there's more to you than one thing. And it's the same thing for non-political stuff. If I see a bitch who's got 420 in her name, and like all of her fucking pictures on her dating profile are her smoking weed or holding a blunt or something, okay, it's fine that you smoke weed. I don't want you to only smoke weed. Okay, swipe left. Same thing with girls who drink, and every picture of hers at a bar, swiping left. Yeah, like if you're obsessively into a thing, I don't. Just be normal. Just fucking be normal. See, I'm going to argue against that, and here's why. I feel like, at least where I am, if you're a blue-haired freak, I can't deal with you. I don't want to be associated with some chick that goes to protest. Yeah, I mean, that's That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you're that kind of person who considers an ideal first date to be a protest, or you have to like change your hair to make a statement, yeah, I'm out. I'm not. Just be normal. Just be normal. The only place I want you to be a freak is in the sheets. All right? I need you to be normal the rest of the time. I'm a freak in the sheets. But you don't see me wearing my BDSM gear in public. Okay, I'm not out here fucking acting like it's part of my identity. I don't need to go to a parade. All right? I'm good. I'm a normal dude 99% of the time. And then we jump in the bedroom and I might do some freaky stuff. That's it. That's normal.
Jack.
I reported this to the police and recorded my interactions and calls with the detective.
Now, a lot of people, I say, have been unfairly critical of Willie Mack for reporting this to the police and immediately making a video on it. But
I'm only critical of him for immediately making the video. I think reporting it to the police was the right call. I feel like he had to do that. I don't feel like he had to make the video when he did. And the only reason I'm criticizing him for making the video when he did is because you're just giving Destiny time to delete the evidence now. Like, I think he should have gave a buffer window between when he reported and when he revealed it to the public so that the police have time to at least start their investigation. Like that's it. That's the only real criticism I have of Willie Mack there. Like, even when it comes to politics, I don't agree with everything, nor do I expect me to agree with everything they want or do like, etc. That's human nature. Now, if you do agree on everything and there's disagreements on anything, yeah, like, I don't even mind if we disagree, just as long as you're not like obsessed over it and you're one of those people who like has to force your belief. We can have a disagreement, we can even have an argument, as long as that's not like all we ever talk about. I could be with someone who's not the same religion as me. I could be with someone who's not the same political belief as me. As long as like all of our conversations aren't that. We can occasionally disagree, maybe try to change each other's mind, or maybe just get it off our chest, as long as that's not like an everyday thing. Like, it's not a deal breaker for me because I feel like it shouldn't really matter. There should be more to you than your politics. There should be more to you than your favorite sports team. There should be more to you than whatever substance you like to use. There should, like, you should have more to your personality than that. It should, like Shrek, it should be like an onion. There should be layers. If I peel back the layer of politics and it's hollow inside, I'm fucking out. Like, that's it. It's over.
I have to say, this guy did the absolute right thing. Somebody told you they got child porn on their computer. This is what Destiny should have done 6 months ago. Yep. I think the reason is because he was fucked from the beginning. You know, I think if investigators look into this and get the DMs and the history of all this stuff, we'll find out there's a reason he didn't go directly to the police.
What a good guy. Destiny is a great guy.
That's crazy. At least he's not trying to get him laid, because this guy just... That would be insane. This guy is a deviant, and this guy should just abstain from sex for the rest of his life.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him laid all the time.
Come on, bro. What?
That clip never gets old.
You said that?
That's got to be the clip that Hassan hates the most.
Mm-hmm. That was you? Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's stunning.
God,
anyway,
that's
my take on it. So just to do a recap. Yes, 2 of the screenshots I shared were not with Rose. 2 of the 3. However, don't let people gas or distract you into thinking that even matters. What matters is Destiny's confession.
Oh, careful saying you can't stand Hassan on Twitch. Might find yourself randomly banned for an unrelated reason.
On record to Willie Mack, when
just ask Tactone.
He was asked 3 times very clearly if he potentially had child porn on his computer, and he answered in the affirmative every time. He said YES, yes. He knew.
Why do you think I'm multi-stream?
Knew that it might be child porn as early as November of last year. In that 6 months leading up.
I can't believe Hassan was a Steven Crowder from Temu. Oh, you can go back to his really old content before he was dick riding Destiny for clout in order to build his career. He wasn't always a politics guy. He had some of the most cringe fucking red pill stuff, man. He was one of those, I'm gonna help get you laid. Let me tell you how to be successful with women. If he had never discovered destiny in politics, he'd be selling you a course on Discord.
Up to now, he never reported it to the authorities. He never made any effort to handle it responsibly. Those are the relevant facts. It's just boom, boom, boom. You know? So, listen, the guy's a creep. He's a fucking degenerate. There's no other way to cut it. If you like Destiny, if you think he's smart and cool and funny and awesome, good. Keep watching him. But know that you are supporting someone who is attracted, 15-year-old, who shares compromising a bikini.
Yeah, and that's what they'll argue is all the shit that he just listed outweighs the other shit. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a dad. Yeah, my wife's waking up now. So this stream's about to come to an end, but we got to start getting kids ready for school. And then I got to get to work. But guess I didn't sleep tonight. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a dad, but I believe like being okay with or potentially being okay with CP kind of outweighs all the other cool shit about your personality. It's just me, though. Maybe it's just me.
Any pics of 15-year-olds sent to him with his boys. He has held on, knowing there's a chance of child pornography for 6 months and never reported it to the authorities. That he sexually assaulted a woman on camera. You want to come at me and say, oh, you got all this thing wrong. You're gaslighting, you're lying, all this shit. Bro, uncontroversial facts. You are fucked up to defend this guy. And like, I guess, I don't know if you're being gaslit or misled, but like watching the video that Abba made with all of this context out here, and he's accusing me of not doing research. Abba, why did you brush over the screenshot?
Dear Abba, look at these screenshots. Okay, so he's not going to show the Abba and Preach vid, so we may watch that one tomorrow. I haven't seen their video on Destiny yet. But apparently he ignores all of this context, which I would argue is all of the important context, which I would expect better from Abba and Preach. I actually like their videos, and I thought that they had jumped off the Destiny train a long time ago when the Pixie stuff first came out. So I don't know why they'd sweep for him now. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt until I watch the video and say maybe they just didn't do their research. Maybe they just kind of just did it for clicks because they wanted to put Destiny in a thumbnail and they just didn't care too much about the video. I don't know. We'll watch that one tomorrow. I'll have to figure it out. I ain't got time today though.
Of him confessing to knowingly having potential child porn on his hard drive. Never commented on that. You only commented on things that I got wrong, right? You ignore the whole context. You're sweeping for what looks to me to be a consistent, long-term, highly motivated, premeditated child predator. That's what he looks like to me.
I don't know if I'd call him a child predator. Negligent, for sure. Sexual deviant, absolutely. Child predator, I don't know. But we also have clips of him saying that he doesn't believe that there's a difference between a 15-year-old or a 19-year-old, so maybe he just doesn't view them as children. Maybe he thinks that you're an adult after you're old enough to drive, I guess. But I don't think he actively goes out looking for children. I just think he doesn't do his due diligence in checking the age, and he just believes them when they say they're of age and uses that as an excuse. I don't know. I don't like to throw around the term like child predator or pedo without like absolute 100% evidence. I feel like those accusations are too serious to just call them out every time somebody, flirts with the idea of being a pedo like Destiny's done, or makes a mistake where he legitimately didn't know the age and then he found out the age and didn't care. Like I think that's different than going out and saying I want someone who is like a predator. I think is someone who actively seeks out young people. Destiny, I think, just doesn't care if they're young. Still bad, but I don't think it crosses into the line of being predatory, so to speak, if that's making sense. I mean, he should move to another country that allows that shit. Doesn't the UK allow 16 years old or consider them adults? I think their laws are pretty similar to ours, so they'll always lean on the age of consent thing, which I think is something that's misunderstood. In most states, that's not every state. I'll have to Google the one for his state, but I know, like in my state and many states, age of consent has nothing to do with sex. Age of consent is the age in which you can get legally married without needing like your parents' blessing. Like the state will legally recognize your marriage at the age of 16, and those are states with like Romeo and Juliet laws. So if you want to get married and the person and you're 16 or 17 and the person you want to get married to is above 18, that's why those laws exist. They're for legally recognizing marriage. They're not so a 30-year-old can go bang a 15-year-old. Like, that's not what that's for. I think it's safe to say he's a child predator. He probably hasn't done anything with one, though. Yeah, that's why I can't call him a child predator. Like, when I think child predator, I'm thinking like looking for people who are young and going to meet them. I think like the people that show up on the Chris Hansen show. I'm thinking fucking EDP. I'm thinking the people that got arrested on Roblox. Like, I don't know. It feels weird putting him in the same boat as those people when his is just negligence. When he's talking to a girl who looks like she might be of age, he asked her and she said she was, and that was good enough for him. That's negligence. That's not predatory. That's not you going, ooh, you look young, are you? And then they say yeah, and you go, yeah. See, that's what I think when I think predator, and I don't think he's done that. So I'm trying to be fair, because going to the extreme when he's not that extreme just discredits everything, and that becomes like fuel for the people arguing to defend him. So I don't want to do that. Jesus.
He's got a long history of it. So if you want to sweep for the boy,
I mean, don't get me wrong, still weird and still wrong. I just don't think it's predatory. I think it's just negligent. Legally speaking, they probably both get the same amount of jail time. But I'm just saying. No lie, bro. There was a game I sued to play on Roblox that I loved, but after all this pedo stuff coming out over the past 4 years, I'm like, maybe Roblox is fun for a bad look to stop. Yeah, every time I played that shit, after all that stuff, I feel like so weird. Yeah, I will not and have never let my kids play Roblox. They're 10, and this stuff all like Roblox started getting exposed 4 years ago, so my kids were just getting old enough to get into video games, and the first thing they want to play is Roblox, and this stuff started coming out, and it has done nothing but spiral and get worse ever since. And they get so angry, and they start like negotiating and trying to figure out ways they can play Roblox so all their little friends play it. And I'm trying to explain to them why they can't and that it's bad, and they don't understand. And I was like, yeah, that's part of the problem. You don't understand, which means you don't know what to look for, because they're like, well, we won't talk to the adults. I'm like, you won't know they're adults. That's the point. Yeah, like they just don't get it. So and it sucks because they don't understand why they can't play it, but I can't let them on there. I can't let them on there. I hope it gets shut down. Save me the trouble of having to explain this to my kids, and everyone will scream about. I got a whole nother video on Roblox coming. We did a segment on this, but I get so irritated and have arguments with those assholes on Twitter who are always going, parental controls are a thing. It's just parental controls. I'm like, parental controls work off of the rating of the game. And Roblox is rated E for everyone, which means no parental control will block it. It is on the platform to make its game safe for the age range they say their game is for. There's no other way to slice that. There's no parental control in the world that's going to watch you while you play the game and censor things for you. If the game says it's E for everyone, then it needs to be safe for everyone. It's that simple. I can't believe there's an argument about that.
then good. You want to put your flag down on that hill? That's okay. If you want to die on Lolly Hill with the rest of them, that's okay. But just know where you are resting your flag. And with that, I say to all the naysayers and all the haters out there who have said that I need to apologize and for getting things wrong. Well, I did apologize for getting the screenshots wrong. But to you guys, I say, fuck you. suck my dick, unsubscribe, and go support this fucking weirdo creep.
Fuck yeah!
Pedophile. And Destiny, you're this big man that's willing to be transparent about everything.
Oh, shit.
Do me a favor. Just watch this video. Watch this.
Yes, there you go. Now you ain't gotta worry about Ethan suing you. I love it when he calls them out directly and he's just nothing to hide.
Whole video with your fans on stream. Abba, watch this whole video on stream with your fans. Show me how brave and just all knowing.
Wonder if either of them will do it. I think Abba will do it in clips. I don't think he'll watch the whole thing in a video. Destiny might watch the whole thing on stream. I don't know, maybe not, because this is kind of damning. They're both going to definitely pre-watch it first, though. Not going to lie, I wish there was Roblox lobbies with 18 plus verification. Well, funny you should say that. Because their CEO is inviting more adults to the platform because he thinks Roblox would be a great place for virtual dates. Which is a wild statement to make after just starting a controversy where you banned a guy who caught predators on your platform and actually got them arrested. Is to invite more adults to your platform filled with children for the explicit purpose of dating. Yep, that is a thing he said. He wanted more adults. He wanted there to be an adult space on Roblox for adults to go on dates. Oh. Abba and Destiny usually respond in a video to Ethan. Yeah, but they definitely pre-watch first. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that Abba and Preach will respond to it in clips. They won't respond to the entirety of the thing. And I don't think Destiny will watch the entirety of the thing. Destiny may actually watch the whole thing. Like, he's the one I say, like, you know, he will probably address a lot of it head on, but I think there's like the damning bits. I think he'll either skip over or they'll like cut out. Like that. When I say will they respond to it, I mean the way Ethan just invited them to respond to it, which is watch the entirety of the thing. Abba and Preach usually don't watch entirety of any video on their thing. They usually just do it in clips. That's why I expect that from them. Destiny will claim he watches the entirety of videos, but there'll be a lot that he'll nope out of early, or he'll go on a tangent talking about something else and then stop playing it and never get around to finishing it and hope that his chat won't call him on it. He does that a lot too.
You are and how unscared of this you are. Go ahead and do that and explain to us everything I've mentioned here. I'll see you next time.
All right, well, there it is. The gauntlet has been thrown, folks. And the question is, will they respond? When was this? 11 hours ago? It's probably too early for a response now, but we will check Destiny's YouTube channel real quick and see what his latest video is. And see if he put out a response yet. Let's go videos, newest video. No, his newest video is from 2 days ago. Okay. And what about Ab and Preach? I will go ahead and add their video to my playlist because we'll cover that tomorrow.